Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Naheed, here with some of the homies.
Hi guys, Daniel's here to the main.
I'm Kelly, and in honor of this, I'm drinking a Beam Me Up Scotty, a drink I found at a hotel in Florida. It's Bailey's, Kahlua, and 99 Bananas. It's one of the best drinks I've ever had, and it was back when I used to be a stand-up comic, so it's in honor of that.
Woo! Hey man,
Let's go.
We are all so excited. We're here to watch the season 1 finale of House of the Dragons. House of the Dragon, whoops. Do you know the name of this episode, Dale?
I think it's the Black Queen.
The Black Queen. I'm gonna go with that. Dale's is usually our foremost expert on Game of Thrones. I feel like brother right here, it's like if there's any little thing that I'm missing, he'll be able to fill that hole because he knows everything. I feel like at this point. And
I try my best.
And also, guys, I think I've put this out there before. He actually has read this book, so he knows what's going on. And first of all, he's done a great job for me as a viewer of just not saying a single word about anything. Personally, I actually like editing his reaction now because as a book reader, he's like, dude, some of your faces sometimes, dude, when you're ready to before the scene happens, I'm just like, all right, yeah, you can definitely tell this man knows what the fuck is about to happen. Especially all last episode, dude, that shit was crazy. When dude almost got his head knocked in there or whatever. That one guy that died in the little the Green Council, you knew it was gonna happen before it happened. That shit was pretty funny. And we got the comedian back here, Kelly, back. It's been a good time having him here, giving us good old insight. You know, it's I feel like Kelly's kind of hard to please sometimes with a little bit of film cinema, and if he's enjoying it, giving a little bit of stamp of approval, I think we're watching something pretty decent out here, if you know what I mean. So good to have you guys. I'm ecstatic. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see where this series is gonna end. Hopefully it kicks some butt. Before we continue, you guys know the announcements. Please, if you would, comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. I know that we're done with House of the Dragons, but we'll be doing more stuff out there here in the near future, so stay in tune. It'll be fun. Also, the uncut of this will be available on Patreon and YouTube memberships. Thank you for all that is helping us out through that journey. Let's get this show on the road.
Like you.
In what way, sweet boy?
Not so perfect.
At least he's aware.
Princess Rhaenys has just arrived on Dragonback. She urgently requests an audience with you and Prince Daemon.
Damn, we're going right into it. No.
Here we go.
No, right into it.
The Princess Rhaenys Targaryen.
Thank you, Sir Lawrence. Lord Corlys's recovery.
Viserys is dead. Aegon has been crowned as his successor.
You crowned him before the masses.
So that the masses would see him as their rightful king.
Throne, and you could have done more for it.
A war is like to be fought over this treachery, to be sure.
Damn.
But that war is not mine to begin.
Is she pregnant? Oh,
Baby's coming.
Mm-hmm.
well, that's bad timing.
Yeah.
Her term is far from complete. This should not be happening.
It is
Oh, it's a this is a
fucking
miscarriage.
happening.
Yeah.
Keep your head about you, princess. Come.
This is really bad.
Done this.
Conscript the Dragon Keepers. They're capable fighters. Waste no time.
It will be done, my prince.
This is not. I'm fucking.
The Greens have repudiated the succession and claimed the Iron Throne.
They need to be. It can't be sheltered from this, bro. They need to know.
Aegon has been crowned king. Whatever claim remains to me, you are now its heir. Naught is to be done but by my command.
She's laying it down, bro. She is strong, bro. She is a strong woman. I am just wowed by her right now.
I'm grateful for your long service to the crown. So I'm presenting you with a choice.
Damn.
Or, if you support the usurper, speak it now. If you swear fealty now, only to later turn your cloaks, know that you will die.
Jesus.
Let us help you.
Oh. Oh God, that was disgusting. Oh.
So glad
Oh, dude, you serious?
she's just gonna power through it. Holy shit. Wow, I'm glad I'm a man.
Same.
Oh, dude. Oh boy. Oh God, please. Okay, here we go. Jesus. That was really gruesome, dudes.
And who's the father?
I love how she does. She chooses to do that herself.
Yeah. Damn. He's actually feeling some. Like. That is his son. I mean, his.
I swear to ward the Queen with all my strength. And give my blood for hers.
Good shit, Eric. Good shit. Good shit.
I shall take no wife.
With Viserys' crown.
Yes.
Hold no lands. Father no children.
Damn,
I
he
shall
loved
guard
his
her
brother,
secrets,
bro.
Obey her commands, ride at her side and defend her name and honor.
That's the first time we hear the King's Guard oath.
Oh hell yeah! This music.
Isn't that at least in part the same oath they take on the wall?
Yeah. Visenya actually read the oath of the wall and molded to the King's Guard.
Oh man. Oh holy shit! Yeah, buddy. I got chills.
Great scene.
I know. That was really done well. The music, everything was landed perfect, in my opinion. Even seeing like Damon just like give the crown, it takes away all the accusations, in my opinion, of him like wanting the crown for himself. Really, dude, I felt like this whole entire time, Fame has been loyal to his brother and his family.
Wow.
Exactly. Wow.
It's like a medieval PowerPoint presentation.
For real.
Wine, my queen.
He don't want that shit, does she?
Thank you, Raina.
Common nerves, I guess. Yeah, fuck it.
I've sent word to my loyal men in the City Watch. I'll have some support there. Operations from Celtigar and Staunton, Massey, Darkland, and Barrymore.
What of Storm's End and Winterfell?
There has never lived a Stark who forgot an oath, and with House Stark, the North will follow.
Oh!
Lord Boros Barristan reminded of his father's.
Is that our first mention of House Stark
No,
or Winterfell?
We saw an old lord
Yeah.
pledging fealty to Rhaenyra.
We did, but we never saw like he never said Winterfell, you know.
Pray forgive my bluntness, Your Grace, but talk of men is moot. Your cause owns a power that has not been seen in this world since the days of old Valyria. Dragons.
The Greens have dragons.
They have
as
3
well.
adults, by my count. We have Cyrax, Caraxes, and Melis.
None of our dragons have been to war.
There are also unclaimed dragons. Seasmoke still resides on Driftmark. Vermithor and Silverwing dwell on the Dragon Mound.
Damn.
Dragonstone has 13 to their 4.
A ship has been sighted offshore. One galleon flying a banner of a 3-headed green dragon.
Alert the watchtowers. Sight the skies.
A 3-headed green dragon? Fuck that. Fuck you bitches. How dare you? Like, you can't blame the Greens as well, but like, come on, they gotta make a green 3-headed dragon? Come on, man. Oh wow, they're here.
And funny because Aegon's personal sigil is a golden dragon, actually, because of Sunfire.
Gotcha. That's tight.
Where is the princess?
Oh, there she is.
Mimicking the earlier episode.
I would fry all of them right now. Damn. Coming in like a boss.
Princess Rhaenyra.
Queen Rhaenyra.
I'm Queen Rhaenyra now.
Acknowledge Aegon as king and swear obeisance before the Iron Throne.
In exchange, His Grace will confirm your possession of Dragonstone, Aegon the Younger as the King's Squire, Viserys as his cupbearer.
I would rather feed my sons to the dragons than have them carry shields and cups.
Oof.
For your drunken usurper cunt of a king.
Aegon Targaryen sits the Iron Throne. He was anointed by a Septon of the Faith before the eyes of thousands. Every symbol of legitimacy belongs to him. And then there is Stark, Tully, Baratheon, houses that have also received and are at present considering generous terms from their
considering.
Stark, Tully, and Baratheon all swore to me. You are no more hand than Aegon is king. Fucking traitor.
What was that?
It's the page from the
Queen
book when
Alicent
they
has
were
not
kids.
forgotten the love you once had for each other. No blood need be spilled. The realm can carry on in peace.
That's bullshit, dog.
Myself.
No. King's Landing will have my answer on the morrow.
Oh man, what is going on, dude?
The simple truth is this: we have more dragons than Aegon.
When dragons flew to war, everything burned into war.
The enemy have declared war. What are you going to do about it?
Clear the room.
This is about to be a talk of a talk.
Hell yeah.
A song of ice and fire. The coming war against the darkness in the north, the conqueror's dream. Viserys shared it with me when he named me heir.
What's going on?
My brother was a slave to his omens and portents.
What was that about?
Yeah, for real.
Only passed from heir to heir.
Damn,
There he
Corey,
goes.
he looks like this sneak snake is back, cuz.
Is he good? Is he?
I've had men whipped for falling asleep on their watch.
He's talking to his wife like that.
Better, but he's not 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's a fever, right?
Well, they said his fever broke.
I understand we have a new king.
I guess he's still just really
Stranger
weak
casts a long shadow
from being
over
sick
this
for so
family.
long.
Damn, she said the stranger, bro. Last long shadow. That's not good.
Your brother is also dead.
He didn't know that.
In his haste to bury you and claim your seat, stood before the king and denounced Laenor's sons as illegitimate.
All right, Rhaenys. I reached too far. And for nothing.
Ouch.
He shall declare for no one.
What?
How is that a good idea?
To be content.
Jace, Luke, and Joff are claimants to the throne. Those boys will not be safe so long as Aegon is king.
She knows.
Rhaenyra was complicit in our son's death.
I think she should know that.
That girl is holding the realm together at present.
I love how it seems that Rhaenys admires and envies hers at the same time.
Yeah. She should just tell the truth about what happened to her son. God damn it. Like, come on. Be like, he's alive. We just didn't want to be here.
My lord.
Kelly, I love how you
He didn't want this.
Yeah. Kelly, I love how you're just lounging.
This high tower treason cannot stand.
Woo!
You have the full support of our fleet and house. Your Grace.
Damn.
There you go.
She need to do right by them, bro. That's all I'm saying. Just tell them that your son's
You
okay.
honor me, Lord Corlys.
Turkey have been routed. The narrow sea is ours.
Damn, that's big. That's fucking huge.
If we further
all the
seal
control
gullet,
of trade.
we can cut off all seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing.
We must first secure the support of Winterfell, the Eyrie, and Storm's End.
We should bear those messages. Dragons can fly faster than ravens, and they're more convincing.
More impressive.
Yeah.
Prince Jacaerys will fly north to Winterfell to treat with Lord
Targaryen
Craven Stark,
soundtrack.
to the north.
Ooh.
Want to see
Viserys will
Winterfell?
fly.
I love the parallel because back when Rhaenyra was still the cupbearer to Viserys,
yeah,
she had the idea to send the dragons in the stepstones, and Lord Corlys said the same thing. Oh, the princess is right. It's in her.
Puts us a touch closer, perhaps.
Good point.
Yeah.
Take no part in any fighting.
I swear it.
I swear it.
Man, I hope nothing bad happens to these kids, bro.
Thank you.
I never trust Game of Thrones. I feel like something always bad happens.
Is close to
that's-
your age than to mine.
Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe.
Men, you can find some common interest. Baratheon blood from your grandmother, Rhaenys. Lord Boros is an eternally proud man.
And plus, he kind of looks like him.
Actually,
I'm just saying, you know, it makes sense. He's a little bit Baratheon in him, you know. Maybe not all
yeah.
strong.
In the books, Rhaenys actually has black hair.
Yeah. It would have made a little bit more sense, I feel like, too, for the confusion instead of it being so blatant. But I think they wanted us to have it be blatant. Go, boys!
I so want a dragon.
I know. Fuck. Oh.
Be right back.
Good shot. These kids are so badass, dude. I'm sorry. They are. The fact that they can run. Dude, come on. They're just ridiculous.
I wish they had the subtitles. I want to know what he's.
Yes! I was singing the same thing. I want to know the lyrics there.
He's singing a lullaby to the dragon, bro. Who's that?
That's Vermitor, the Bronze Fury.
That's incredible, man. It is really incredible. Brave little boy. Oh shit.
That's a big one.
That's Vhagar. Dude, Aemon is here. If Vhagar is here, so is Aemon. This is not good.
Hell yeah.
This is not good.
Son of Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen.
This is really bad.
What's your mother's message?
He's so brave to be here with his cousin, bro.
Then he took the eye off.
Exactly.
King Aegon at least came with an offer. If I do as your mother bids.
Damn.
Which one of my daughters will you wed?
I'm not free to marry. I'm already betrothed.
Tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
Damn.
I shall take your answer to the Queen.
I want you to put out your eye. Plan to make a gift of it to my mother.
Oh God. This is not good, poor little boy.
I'll not have blood shed beneath my roof. Take Prince Lucerys back to his dragon. Now.
He's gonna chase after him, man. That's the one thing that's... I'm serious. Because he has Vhagar. Vhagar is gone. Bro, I'm terrified for this kid. Oh my God.
Shit. I didn't know he's that much bigger. Wow.
He's ridiculous. Oh God, here goes revenge, bro. This poor kid. Oh my God. This is not good. Jeez, it went over the storms. That is fucking amazing. That was like a goddamn roller coaster ride, dude.
But I don't
I
think
hope.
it's over.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That was the two dragons fighting against both of their wills, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh Oh my god. There goes like the young prince, bro. He's gone.
And he was the heir.
To Driftmark.
He was the second son.
Or no, he was second. His older brother's the heir. Jacaerys, right? It was just the two.
A lot of people in Storm's End saw like I think the fighting, the fire and shit.
Maybe.
That's it. This is what's gonna cause the war, dude. That's it?
What? No!
That's it!
Oh my god, no!
That's it! That's it!
It is!
So the war is season 2. Oh man, I wanted more.
Dude, are you serious? That's it?
Damn, they have like 11 minutes of credits?
Yeah, there's like that extra, you know, the stuff that happens at the end or whatnot. Dude, that was it? That was such a, what's the word? Tease. But I will say this though, there was a death, and it did definitely end Game of Thrones fashion, because season 1 of Game of Thrones or whatever, Ned dies. There had to be someone that was gonna go off like that, and it's the young prince. They just off the little guy.
Well, and Aemond will be able to claim that he didn't do it, that his dragon on his own went after the other dragon.
But that's not what it's gonna look like, man. It's
No, that's not gonna matter at all.
Oh yeah,
I mean that is what happened.
So
basically, both of them were trying to restrain their dragons, but the two dragons went after each other.
Dude,
go ahead.
Vhagar is so big. Oh my god. That dragon was just overshadowing that other dragon, bro. It was like...
It looks like a Leviathan.
Dude, it was like a dog, my dog, and like a little like mouse. A little mouse was freaking... was it Varax, right? Varax?
Varax, yeah.
Bro, rest in peace, Varax. Rest in peace. What was his name? Jace, right?
It was Luke
Lucerys, yeah. Yeah, rest in peace, Lucerys. Little guy, bro. And the thing that's really sad is he was just so brave about it. You know what I mean? Because he was a kid.
Yeah.
He's like, what, 10 or 11?
He entered, I came at 14.
He was 14.
Actually, I don't know how the show is doing his time jumps, because I saw someone like on Twitter doing the math.
Yeah.
And he should be, I think, 12, but they go with 14.
Okay.
Yeah, she said you are 10 and 4 as I was. So
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
But
and
that's just props to that actor, to that kid. That's not easy to do, to portray, I'm terrified, but I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Yeah, and he did a great job. And like the sad part about the whole situation is like his mom was like, dude, you're going in as a messenger. You're not going in there to fight.
Not at a warrior.
He did his absolute best to stick to that.
Poor kid. He was put in such a bad position. Like, I felt like as soon as he landed and you saw Vhagar, like I knew in my pit, my stomach, like, bro, this is not gonna end well for him. Like Game of Thrones is not that show where it gives you that sliver of hope that somebody's gonna survive. It's like if like all the signs are there that they're not gonna make it, they're definitely not gonna make it. You know, there is no like, oh, last chance. Like that happens a lot. I feel like in cinema where like it's like looks like they're gonna die and somehow some way they like fucking survive or they make it the fuck out just to like make everybody happy. But like this show, I feel like when we see something like that, they're done.
Yeah, I knew like as soon as we had that beautiful calm moment where he rose above the storm and it was the sun, he's out in the sun and everything looks beautiful, I knew, oh, this is it, he's gone.
Dude, it's so fucking ridiculous. A couple of things I want to say before we go through the episode, definitely. They did a great job with all like the special effects with the dragons and the CGI. I think it was so well done. It looked so immaculate. Yeah. It looked really beautiful. the Storm's End scene when he was just riding through that, like you could feel like the water dripping on you, just like the way they had that they portrayed that whole entire scene. Fantastic, man. I thought they did a great job with the dragon in when Damon went down there into the caverns to go see that one dragon.
Ah, yeah.
They did,
the dragons.
Dude, that was really well done. They just went. I feel like they spent so much extra time on these dragons this episode because it was fantastic. And
yeah, we saw the 3 dragons leaving Dragonstone. We saw Vermithor. We saw Storm's End with Vhagar. We saw like a shit ton of dragons.
Yeah.
Caraxes with the Kingsguard.
Yeah, they did so well with it. And one thing I gotta give them, dude, they really did show how much of a behemoth Vhagar is. It's kind of scary. And now
even the sound effect for the dragon's roar, it's like so deep and ancient in a way.
Yes. And so now, bro, I'll be real with you. I know we have like maybe possibly 13 dragons, but they have Vhagar. Like that thing it's a behemoth, man. Like
yeah. But the one that Damon went down and tried to bond with is pretty sizable too.
Dude, I don't know if it's as big as that guy. That. I mean, bro, my mouth went wide open when we saw the shadow of him over freaking Veraxis.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god. It's scary, dude. They did such a good job of just showing what he is. And it was nice. Very nice touch. Very, very good. And then as far as like the actual storyline, good to see Corlys back, obviously. Good to see just the allegiances happen. But
I knew he was going back. I knew.
Oh yeah, they did a lot. They did really well with it. But let's do you guys want to say anything before I start going through the actual episode?
Yeah. I was going to say the controversial that's happening because of this episode. Basically, 2 major things that's not that major, but Daemon choking Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
That's like not in the books. A lot of people are complaining, said that they changed Daemon's personality. But like, to be honest, he's the guy that bashed his other's wife head with fucking rock. He in that moment, he just knew that Viserys never looked at him as heir to the Iron Throne because of the prophecy. So he was just fucking pissed, I don't think that's a big change in the personality as much as we saw up until this point.
Yeah.
And the second one, that's the biggest one, it's the fight between Vhagar and Arrax, where they couldn't control the dragons.
Yeah.
In the book, that's not stated. And Aemond pretty much seems like actually wants to kill Lucerys. And people are going nuts because of that change.
Damn.
That seems like they couldn't control the dragons. My take on it's that the connection of dragon to rider, it's so deep in the subconscious that Vhagar knew Aemond actually wanted to get revenge. And Arrax was just like trying to protect Lucerys at all costs.
Yeah.
And it all went down to shit.
That's a very interesting point. That's interesting because the whole thing about the dragons being beyond their control, and yet I was wondering, well, then what the hell did Aemon intend? Was he just trying to fuck with him? Was he trying to like scare him?
Yeah.
So yeah, the idea that the dragon, his dragon was like in sync with him is like, no, I know what you want to do. I know what you want. You want me to kill this kid. So here we go. So that makes sense. But yeah, him grabbing her by the throat. Now, I don't know what to think about that because on the one hand, it's a revelation that he didn't know about the prophecy.
Yeah.
The Song of Ice and Fire. And that was a surprise to her. She just took for granted he knew. And he didn't know. But still, his reaction of like grabbing her by the throat like that's
strange.
Out of character. It seemed out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know what to say about that. I mean, like, I would have never known until you told me about that scene, to be honest. I just suspected that was a part of his whole whatever, I feel like sometimes the show really wants us to test Damon's loyalty. You know what I mean? For me, as a non-book reader, not knowing what was going on, I thought he was just trying to kill her for a small little second there, dude. Because I'm just so used to this goddamn show where like they literally off people in like a matter of seconds. I'm just like, what the fuck, you know? But like I feel like what the show does sometimes, especially with Damon, I feel like they've kind of fucked his character a little bit on this. Is that they always try to test his loyalties, you know? But he always comes out on top, you know what I mean? But they like you guys are still want us to guess our loyalty to what he's doing right now, you know? Because obviously, you know, he killed his first wife. He had no problems doing that shit, you know? Just, you know, what he's in the beginning when he came out as like the commander of the City Watch or whatever, he just sat there and slaughtered so many fucking people, you know, all to like put his foot in and be like, no, you're gonna like obey us, because if you don't, this is gonna happen again, you know? Like the way we portrayed this guy from the beginning was pretty much like he is unhinged, you know? He tried to like sleep with her when she was a kid. We were all like, what the fuck about that, you know? But like as the show has progressed, like, you know, we're kind of like, okay, what is this character about? For me, I just feel like he's very out there. He will do whatever he can to protect his family. And now, towards the end, we're truly seeing that. Because, bro, he gave that crown to her. You know what I mean? Mm. He actually, if anything, almost shed tears, I feel like, for his brother. You know? So, like...
And back when he conquered the Narrow Sea, he also forfeit his crown and gave to Viserys.
Exactly. And, like, the show, I just feel like, kept wanting to second-guess this. And, like... They need to stop doing that, first of all, and just make us be like, all right, this is what he is. He really is a true Targaryen. Like, he respects his brother. He respects his family. And what the High Towers, everything said about him was false.
Well, I think you have to assume, you have to recognize that Daemon, whatever he's doing, no matter who he seems loyal to, no matter what he's doing, he sees it as a step toward him being on the throne. Because that's where he believes he should be.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And so no matter what else is happening, it's just a part of that plan.
I feel like that was his plan for the longest time, man. But right now I just think he's doing what he can to keep it within his family now, right? Like I think he's accepted being the queen's consort. It just from what I'm witnessing. Because if he wanted to really be king, he could have just killed Rhaenyra on the spot and everybody would have bowed down to him. Right?
Yeah, back in the earlier episodes.
Maybe, probably.
You know, but like, it's just, now I just think I think he's fucking pissed at, I just feel like he's like a true, like, he really loves being a Targaryen. He's a true Targaryen. Like, I think boiled his skin to see a green-headed dragon with a sail coming. You know what I mean?
That's actually a good thing to mention, because back when he was in Pentos, he was reading a shit ton of Targaryen history.
Yeah.
So yeah, he loves this family and he wants to do better than his predecessors.
Yeah.
I think.
And then also, I will always remember how angry he was or how pissed off he was that when they went back to King's Landing after, you know, Viserys was like kind of like... And that they were taking down Targaryen sigils and just making, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't the original banners or whatnot. And he was not happy about that shit. So, I feel like the series has, like, maybe he's purposely just, like, confused and made the audience swing one way or the other way towards him, you know? And just for me, I just think he's just a good Targaryen.
Well, I mean, he's loyal to his family, but he's got his own personal ambition, you know. So yeah, he's the one who wants to end up on the throne. And I think that's why he was so upset when she said the thing about the Song of Ice and Fire, because he was like, really, you bought into my brother's ridiculous superstition? That's why you're not going to war? Because you think this nonsense is true? And that's why he was mad, because he has. You know, he'd never heard that story. He doesn't know anything about it. And the idea of it is like, that's just ridiculous. What are you talking about? We have a problem here and now.
See,
what happens in some distant future, that's not our problem. This is our problem right now.
See, that's what I thought too originally when that scene was happening, exactly what you're saying. But after what he said about, like, maybe he's pissed off, that's why he did that choking movement. It's just...
Yeah.
it's hard
Remember the council of Jaehaerys when Viserys won against Rhaenys? Back in like the first episode,
yeah,
it's mentioned in the books that Daemon was the biggest supporter of Viserys because he thought he was going to be king after his brother. So he was the avid like #1 fan trying to convince other people to vote for his brother and shit. But yeah, it seems out of character in a way, but also not in the series. So that's why I wanted to ask you guys and also people watching, if you read, you both, I know you guys didn't read the books, but what did you all think about the changes? Like, to me, it was small changes. It doesn't change the course of the history, because I've seen a shit ton of people saying that the writing fell off just like season 8 of Game of Thrones, and I'm amazed by that because it's not like the history is going to the same point.
Yeah, it's still fire to me. I feel like these changes are, I get why some people can be like, angsty about it, but I think it's pretty decent. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
Like you saw Kelly. Kelly was like, "What? We want more. We need more."
I do want more. But
exactly.
no, to me, it's like there's kind of a hypocrisy there, because whether it be the Queen or the King, one of their titles is Protector of the Realm in Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, as if that's their loyalty, but it's not. Their loyalty is their family, and their family needs to be the one in charge.
True.
And if that's damaging to the realm, if it means war for the realm, so be it, because their family is what matters.
Yes,
that's who their first loyalty is to.
No, I agree with you on that one. And like I think that is what was playing with Rhaenyra for the longest time. That's why she hasn't went off, because she's supposed to be a protector. She doesn't want to usurp and hurt the people that are gonna be dying in this fucking war because of the situation, and that's why she was looking at it as beyond that. And I feel almost thought about kind of bending the knee a little bit, but we'll see. Let's go through this episode real quick, dudes. So let's do it. That first scene was basically Rhaenys coming in and just saying, "Hey, this is what's happened. Your dad is dead." I felt the scene was very well done. The one thing I gotta say about Rhaenys and Sir Corlys is because I'm Game of Thrones, man. You know what I mean? They've done a lot to them. For both their sons are dead. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, he killed his brother, took his head off. Corlys and it's a lot of sacrifices on their end to be okay with them. Because for me, if I was those, I'd be like, yo, fuck you guys. I want.
But it says a lot about the culture that Corlys kind of took that in stride. He's like, "What? He killed my brother? Well, your brother did this. Oh, well, I understand."
Exact. But I guess that's what the kind of person they are. Also, I think here we see the birth or the stillbirth of
that was
you guys asked. It was a girl, and I think it's strange because in Westeros culture, they actually named the stillborns, and the name that they were going to give it was Visenya.
Oh,
after Aegon's sister.
Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm with Kelly. That shit was brutal, guys. Oh my god, I had to. Yeah. I close my eyes sometimes. I'm really. I see what stuff like.
Those other women were like, let us help you, let us help you, and she's like, no, I got this.
Oh, dude.
Why?
It was just
the connection with the dragon screaming with her.
Yes.
That was that was ridiculous. But I just gotta give it to them on just how gruesome and vivid it was. Okay, guys, I've watched. Have you guys ever seen the series called Spartacus?
Yeah.
Dude, do you guys remember how gruesome that shit was? It was just ridiculously. But that was gruesome that you knew. This was just, oh wow.
Yeah, you were waiting for the Gruesman War and shit.
Dude,
childbirth.
I just couldn't. And it's mess because it's childbirth, but the way they portrayed this whole scene, I was like, wow.
Okay. I mean, I get that was her sixth child.
Yeah.
So at this point, she's like, no, I got this. I know what to do. I got that. But and they did say it was premature. So she knew it wasn't going to end well.
I can't remember the exact date, but I think it was only like 5 months old.
Jeez,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
so in that era, there's no chance.
Yeah, none. After that, I think, and part of me, I feel like at that point was just like, I felt like this was the sacrifice she needed to make to like lose this baby. I feel like so she can go perform her duties, because that baby was definitely holding her back, you know. And I know it's like kind of messed up, but like, you know, a pregnant queen trying to fight a war, it doesn't look all that great either.
I'm just gonna say, I bet any woman who's ever had a miscarriage is gonna be just destroyed by watching that scene.
Oh wow, I bet, dude. I bet you don't even think about that. Thank you for actually putting that out for us, man. I didn't even think about that. Oh god. Oh wow. I just feel bad now. That's terrifying. Good catcher, man. Holy wow.
That's probably one of the roughest things I've seen in all of Game of Thrones, probably right there.
Dude, it was really rough. It was very rough. After that, I think Eric comes back and he gives her the actual crown that her dad had. I thought it was very symbolic that it was Daemon that put the crown on Rhaenyra, because Daemon did the same exact thing for his brother when the crown fell off of him. It was like a homage of respect. Again, it just shows more of his character, I feel like, guys. Like, it's just...
But remember about that? About that scene?
Oh, yeah, that was on accident.
Yes. Yeah. That was... Yeah,
it worked.
During rehearsal, it happened. It fell off. And he just... Matt Smith just stayed in character and
I even
and put it back on. So they decided to keep it. They decided, that's perfect. That's exactly what he would do, and they kept it in the scene.
Yeah, yeah. What were you gonna say?
In the scene, they actually like changed the subtitles, because when Daemon is with Viserys, he says like, "Go on, continue," but it was like, "Go on, keep the scene, continue shooting." Don't stop the scene. And they emulated different in the series, but it was so well done that you can't even tell that it's improvised.
Yeah, you can't. After that scene, when she gets finally her coronation and everybody kind of like pleads her fealty to her, that's around her, they have the whole trying to figure out their allies and whatnot. We see that scene where they put that fire underneath that thing. We get that PowerPoint presentation from back in the day.
The painted table.
That was really cool. Just seeing everybody talk about everything. Just their plan basically is we should use our dragons. Which now in hindsight, after seeing all this, I'm like, I don't know if that's the best idea, man. Like, I guess I know y'all got like 12 of them, but bro, they're packing. Well, they're packing so hard right now. And I think another thing that they said in that scene is like, when dragons go to work, everybody burns. It was everything burns.
Well, it's such an odd combo of like a war where people are fighting with like swords and crossbows, and there's an air force.
Yeah.
And it's like such a weird mix. But like in Game of Thrones, the battle where Daenerys first shows up with a dragon. And yeah, you saw what effect it had.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And how having a dragon on your side just gives you just an unbeatable advantage. You just can't stand against it.
I'm going to put a parallel as almost like having a nuclear weapon on your side, right?
Yeah, it is.
What can you do?
For me, I always, whenever I see like big powers like this, from Naruto to like this, like the tailed beast in Naruto. I know you haven't seen Naruto, but the Naruto, the cartoon, they have like these tailed beasts, and like different villages have them, but these tailed beasts are like very, very overpowerful. And here we have dragons. I always like parallel it to like nukes on in our world, and this whole idea of mutually assured destruction, MAD. Where you know what mutually assured destruction is. One goes off, the other one goes off, and then we all destroy ourselves. The same thing I feel like can be brought to here with this show right now, because if one dragon goes, other dragons will go. More fire, more death. It's like, do we really want dragons going to war right now? The destruction
and
dragons doing ground attack. It reminds me, speaking of Air Force, of a Warthog is an A-10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an American plane that's meant to take out tanks. So it flies very low, and it has a huge gun that fires these depleted uranium bullets that are super dense.
Yeah, they're armored.
And they're meant to just like take out tanks right and left and then fly away, and they're like they're really well armored. They can just take all kinds of damage and still fly home, and yeah, that's what a dragon feels like. It's like one of those.
It's just it just brings something more to the table, and it just causes more people to suffer and die. And that's why, again, I feel like that's another reason why Rhaenyra didn't want to jump right into it, because like Daemon was ready to go, right? He was ready to go into the fight.
I just remember one other thing. Viserys in, I think, episode 1 or 2 even said dragons are a power man should never have trifled with. And that shows Aemond couldn't control Vhagar properly.
Yeah.
And Lucerys also couldn't control Eric's 100%. So yeah, it's not 100% controllable as the show seems like. And comparing with... go.
Well, I'm just saying, the more I think about it, the more actually that makes it more interesting to me, because it makes dragons, they're not just like vehicles that you fly. They're beings that have their own agenda, and they're like, yeah, they're willing to like bond with you and work with you, but they got their own thoughts, they got their own feelings about things, and sometimes they don't listen to you. Sometimes they do what they want to do, not what you want to do,
or what they think you want to do. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the next thing that we got is basically Otto Hightower coming in, trying to be like, hey, this is what's the hours on the table. Then we have Rhaenyra just kind of like the dragons, again, a very big show of power, coming in right behind to block from back, and then so like she says her presence and whatnot. This scene's really, I think, one of the more. I really enjoyed how Rhaenyra went and grabbed the hand pin from him and just like threw it. It was like, you are no hand.
You are no more hand than Aegon is king.
Yes, exactly.
But what you said, that was a power move. The way she landed her dragon behind them, thus trapping them. That was very much. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was great. The way she just ripped hand symbol off of him.
Oh, that was perfect. And the one thing also that Otto Hightower did that definitely, I guess, played later on was that they've already talked to, the Baratheons, the Starks. They've already put that out there, and that actually plays later on because they were already at the Baratheons offering up marriages and whatnot.
Yeah, Aemon's already betrothed.
Yeah, dude, like it's like they definitely were already doing it, bro. I got to give them the greens on that one. They know how to play their cards correctly.
Yeah, it shows the huge advantage of just having like an extra day's worth of warning.
Yes,
because that gave them time to send out ravens, to make arrangements. Before Rhaenyra even knew what was going on.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a big advantage for them. And Hightower's offer, I didn't believe it for a second.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, because there's absolutely no way he could leave them alive.
No.
Because they're too much of a threat. They're too much of a...
Yeah, he was the first one to say it. That Rhaenyra and her kids couldn't be allowed to live.
Yeah, dude, it's just such a fucking power play. That was really ridiculous. The next scene, I think, after that is the scene between Rhaenyra and Daemon. We get the choke. We already talked about that, but just to put it out there, one thing Rhaenys said later on, it just showed her judgment. How everybody around her wants to go to war, but she is still trying to keep the peace. For her. She talks about the Song of Ice and Fire. That is what is more important, and she's just trying to do her best, even though, like, I think in what I interpreted with that scene and like what I thought was going on in her head, she's like probably maybe slightly thinking, hey, maybe I should, because as my job as queen is to be protector of the realm no matter what, maybe the calling, maybe the title isn't as important as I think it is, as long as
even if she doesn't hold the Iron Throne, her job was to protect the realm.
And from her point of view, since she knows about that prophecy, but nobody else does, she knows that if her family doesn't stay on top, then they're doomed in a couple of centuries. The whole realm is doomed because this thing from the north is going to come and it's going to destroy everyone. Good luck getting anyone to believe that. But she knows that. She knows that she has to hold the realm together no matter what.
Yep.
Because that danger is coming.
It's there. It's 100% there. Yeah, man, that was a very powerful scene. The choking, we've already talked about that. I mean, whatever. It is what it is with that scene. After that, we get the scene between the sea snake and Rhaenys when they're having the conversation. My big takeaway is that I feel like at this point he's kind of like in a weird way admitted a little bit of defeat, because his goal this whole entire time was the Iron Throne. You know what I mean? And I think this is where he was like, I'm done. I've searched for this thing. I don't think I'm gonna get it. He's done with it.
It's the near death experience.
Yeah.
He almost died.
Well, it seemed like he was content just to look. Let's just go home. Let this thing work
Stay
itself
chill.
out.
Yep.
And then we'll deal with whoever wins.
Yep. And then this is where
we're out.
Yeah, and this is where Rhaenys basically is just like, hey, like, she is doing her best. I think she might be the best situation for the realm in general. Which, if anything, it just really shows these people's callings to what is more important, the realm over family. Because, again, I think we've said this before. If I was Zotu, I would be so fucking pissed at that side of the family, man. We like, for real. Daughters, son, and now brother. Whew, yeah, it's a very harsh reality, but... And again, I'm still on the camp, man. Maybe those two should have given some kind of hint that he's still alive out there somewhere, because I feel like...
Yeah, actually. Because I was thinking Laenor went to the Stepstones to fight.
Yeah.
And then Corlys went to the Stepstones to fight. I was like in my head, kid, thinking maybe they actually saw each other, like had a big reunion. Corlys goes home, tells Rhaenys. But that's Game of Thrones. Even not gonna do that.
Even if they did, dude, I don't think it would have been messy if they did have, because he would have like ordered his son back or some shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have happened. But it just, again, like I said earlier, it just shows that they're calling to what they are. Their jobs are way more important, and sometimes they got to like put some of these angers, some of these things aside, and just go about their way. It was also here. I think they decided, they're gonna align themselves with the house. Corlys is going to give everything. He's going to give them the Velaryon fleet. He gave us alliance, best way to put it. And you see the house, everybody's stronger. And this is also where I think they've decided to send those kids out to go fly out and send their messages. Jacaerys went to Starks. Clegane, what's his name again? Clegane Stark? I don't know. He said he's just as old as he is.
Cregan? Something like that.
Cregan Stark.
Yeah.
The old guy that we saw in the earlier episode died.
Yeah.
And his son took over, Cregan Stark.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit older than Jacaerys, but like close age.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Starks are going to align with us. I hope they not. I need to stop saying us because this is a war. I'm the viewer, guys. I need to stop putting in sides. I need to be neutral because it's better that way. Because who knows what the fuck's gonna happen? But
yeah, you can't try both sides that way.
exactly. What are you saying, Kelly?
And something you see again and again here, and this was a big part of the original Game of Thrones. I think what George R.R. Martin did a lot was. Because it's in so many high fantasy stories, it's about an oath. You take an oath, and you must do this, and you must do that. So in his stories, he took people who had sworn an oath, and then put them in a situation where they couldn't possibly keep their oath.
Yeah.
Where they were like, they were torn between. Well, if I keep my oath, everybody I love will die, so I'm not gonna keep my oath. And So that comes up again, even here. Like when the kid went to see the what's his name, Baratheon, he treated an oath like it was nothing.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hey, this guy made me a great offer. What do you got?
Exactly. Exactly.
And he's like, I'm reminding you of your oath. My oath.
Fuck my
whatever.
oath.
My father's oath. Not even his.
Exactly. I think the scene after that it was another dragon scene. After the boys went off, we saw Daemon with that dragon. What dragon was that? Do you know?
In the Dragon Mount.
Yeah, who was it?
Yeah, it was Vermithor, the Bronze Fury.
Okay, so how big is he compared to fucking Vhagar?
Compared to Vhagar,
it's like
Vhagar's the biggest one, like on this time period in history, actually, because I think Balerion died with like 180 years. Meraxes died in the conquests, so Vhagar became the biggest dragon ever after Balerion. So no match actually. I think Vermithor is like bigger than Caraxes, bigger than Cyrex.
Jesus, dude.
But pretty much like Drogon, I think, in Game of Thrones.
Okay, so we're kind of fucked.
It's funny, like the bigger they get, the more I want to see like Godzilla or Ghidorah. Like Rodan like comes flying in.
For real. Oh God. Oh man. All right, so the next scene is the scene with the Baratheons, man. Oh, dude, okay. I'll be honest. I was kind of hoping for a good Baratheon alliance. I really fuck with the Baratheons. I really did fuck with Robert. You know what I mean? Like Robert Baratheon was one of my. He's actually he was for the longest time probably like one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones, and it still is. Cause dude, Robert was the shit. Robert was amazing back in the day. From the lore,
he was. But this guy, who's got to be his great grandfather
or some shit, yeah.
Great, yeah.
Yeah,
he was a whore. He was like, who can offer me more?
Oh yeah, I mean, it wasn't like Robert wasn't a whore either. You know, I think it's like the Baratheon thing. I feel like they were all whores. But no, you're right though, bro. Like he sat there, he was like, "Hey, what can you offer me? You gave me nothing." One thing I do have to say, I gotta give for the Baratheons. He was like, "No, there will be no bloodshed underneath my roof. You know, he needs messenger. He needs to get out." He gave him that at least. Is everything that happened after that was bad. Also here we see Aemon with the eyeglass, and he looks really badass.
I was waiting because in the books it's always mentioned that he put a sapphire in his eye.
Yeah.
But since I saw him with the eye patch, I didn't want to mention that he had a sapphire because I didn't know if they were actually going to do it. But yeah, it looks dope.
Okay, now that you say that, yeah, that's exactly what it looked like.
It looks so cool. I'm actually on that picture right now, dude. He looks so good. Like, I'm not trying to sound weird, but he looks bad as fuck, dude. And that
he wanted to me, if they ever did like an anime Game of Thrones, it would be like the crazier character design.
Yeah, dude. Real, I get it, dude. It's sick. Also, dude, this scene, like, just, you can feel it, man. You can feel the tension. That little boy, he went in there, and he did his best. That kid actor, he did fantastic for his role.
Yes.
I don't know who he is, but he did so good. But he went in there, man, and just like, I'll tell you right now, I would have, as soon as I saw Vhagar, I would have cowardly just left.
Go away, turn the other side. The Baratheons, no good.
I would have been like, Mom, I know, like, you wanted me to go in there and be a big man and like support the kingdom, but fam, I saw Vhagar and I knew what was gonna. I'm sorry, I had to hightail it. I would have hightailed it the fuck out of there, bro.
And it's really interesting to think in like an alternate version when the Baratheon Lord said, "Which of my daughters will you wed?" If he had said that one, that would have changed everything.
Yeah,
you know, because then okay, yeah, we can have an alliance. I'll marry that daughter, and now our families are united, and you can tell this guy to fuck off.
But he was already betrothed, and like that little kid was not gonna lie about that, dude. He was very much like, "Nah, I'm already betrothed." He was just way too sweet. I feel like a little bit too innocent for what just.
And honorable, because it's funny that Callan mentioned it because the Valerians got both of the sons betrothed.
Yeah.
So, like, to be honest, you could break one of the betroths to get another big house on point, you know?
Remember what happened to Rob when he did that?
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Done.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of it, man, I gotta give it, dude, bro. This scene that they did, I don't know how long it took them to make this scene happen, but it looks so well done with the rain, the thunder, the dragon, the sound effects, all of it, and it was just tragic. And like when he, I'm gonna bring up another older movie when he went up above the sky and it was nothing remedy of the Matrix. When like at the end of it, you have seen the Matrix, right? When at the end, they go above the thing and they go see the actual sky for like a split second, they go back down or whatever. It reminded me of that. But like going back to what Kelly said earlier with the reaction, he was just like, "Hey, dude, like when that shit went down, we knew when we saw the light, we knew." And they just ate that poor little boy, dude. That shit was fucked up.
In one bite.
In one bite. It was one bite. There's no hope. That kid is like torn to pieces.
At least it was quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Kelly. At least it was quick.
To be honest,
at least it was quick. And then we get the ending, obviously, where I guess she's gotten the news, and I think this is the catalyst that will bring upon war amongst Westeros. More people are gonna die. More people are gonna cry.
I think the quote from the books is that before that point it was the War of Ravens.
Yeah.
And now the War of Dragons begin.
Oh, jeez, that's crazy.
Quick story. So I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, whenever I was at Comic-Con San Diego, where I live, and it's in the evening. A bunch of us were at this like steak place near the convention, having a great time. I'm pretty drunk, and I see somebody come in the restaurant, and I'm immediately Walder Frey.
Oh wow!
It was the actor, the little old guy, Walder Frey. And because I mean I was
yeah, I would have done the same thing.
I'm a big guy. And I'm just immediately Walder Frey, and he looked over at me, and I'm like, come on and join us, and yeah, I saw somewhere I got pictures of me and him, but yeah, he was the one who John betrayed. That's what reminded me of it.
Yeah,
John. But yeah, but he was there. I met him, and
Rob betrayed. Rob.
Yeah, but Walder, he was this really nice old guy, and he took a bunch of pictures with us, and he was great. He was awesome.
It sounds like something like that, even though he's like terrible on screen. He's absolutely terrible.
One fun fact I mentioned a couple episodes earlier that there actually was another Valyrian house in Westeros called Celtigar.
Yeah.
And here, one of the lords in the Rhaenyra's council had the crab's sigil. So they didn't forget about the other Valyrian house, but they basically like don't have a big fleet, don't have dragons.
Gotcha.
They're just like lords.
They're just lords. That makes sense. All right, so that's it, man. That is the end of season 1 of House of the Dragons. Overall, how do you guys feel about this series so far?
Well, does anybody have any idea when season 2 is? How far
2024.
Oh
Not next year, the other one.
Yeah, I know, dude. Terrible, dude. But yeah,
the world could come to an end by then.
True, exactly. We don't know. Who knows? That's like it's like
as far as I know, they confirmed at least 4 seasons for this whole story of the Dance of Dragons.
Okay, that's good. So like in the books, where are we exactly in this? Like, so this is one big book. This whole series.
The Fire and Blood book is written as a history book.
Yeah,
and it tells the story of the first 150 years of the Targaryens. So you have the conquest, you have the Aegon's sons, you have Jaehaerys' reign, and then you have Viserys. And the biggest part of the book is telling the Dance of Dragons. It's like Viserys' reign. It's pretty much 9 pages of the book, and then you have the Dance of Dragon. That's like 40 pages of the book.
Oh wow! Okay, so we're just like we've literally just hit the thing. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot.
There's a cool video that I'm not going to tell you guys to watch because it's basically spoiler. But back in when Game of Thrones ended, each season they had a history and lore for the Blu-ray.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those.
And one of them is for the Dance of Dragons, and it's a 20-minute video, and it's fun because they tell it's going to be 4 seasons. We are pretty much on the first 5 minutes, and it's a 20-minute video. So yeah, there's still like 3 seasons up ahead.
Damn.
See, that's really world building. You know, the fact that George like just really plotted this out, like the whole history and what it all means and everything. So when we jump into the story in whatever series, it feels like a real place.
Oh yeah,
it's fleshed out.
It's ridiculous, man. He's fucking insane. Woo! Well, dudes, I got wait. Oh, go for it.
Oh, okay, real quick, another Comic-Con story.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a private party at Comic-Con run by Bill Prady, one of the creators of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
and to get in, you had to know the password. And I knew somebody who knew somebody who knew the password. So it was at this hotel right next to the convention center.
Yeah.
The password was Plastic Man. So I go to like that hotel. I go to the pool area where it's all like blocked off, and there's this like big, nice suit, but a big guy, security guard guy. And he says, "Can I help you, sir?" And I said, "Plastic Man." And he stepped aside and opened the door for me.
Yeah.
And so I got to hang out with a bunch of cool people, one of which was George R.R. Martin.
Oh, wow. Damn.
So I've got a picture of me and him together, and here's how it happened though. Like he was sitting in a chair, like eating some hors d'oeuvres, and he was taking pictures, but mostly with like pretty girls.
Yeah.
So after like one of the pictures, I said, "Hey, I'm not that pretty, but can I get a picture too?" He was like, "Yeah." And so I sat down next to. I got a picture of me and George R.R. Martin sitting at on a couch.
Damn, that would have been nice. That would have been nice.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. That's ridiculous. Well, dudes, my thoughts. This was great. I'm very excited. I feel like this is a great series on its own. One of my favorite things about this series is the fact that like we've gotten all these time jumps. You know what I mean? And we've lost characters, lost actors, but it was so seamless. It wasn't jarring. I really thought they did a great job with just transitioning from like episode 1 to episode 10. They did a great job of that. I feel like it's been very, very fluid the whole entire way. Some things make me go, ooh, I will say that. Like the little things that you said here and there. For the most part, it was a great journey. I get the feeling I once had when I first saw Game of Thrones, how excited I was every Sunday for it, and I gotta give my love for that. For real, it was a good time, But I just want to thank you guys, by the way, for sticking it out and watching with me. It means the world back here because we had so much fun. I loved our discussions. It's one of my highlights of Sunday. Thank you all for watching with us, whoever stuck around. It means the world back here to all of us, guys, because we really do love this show. We really love what it's about. And in general, we just love cinema and good TV. So thank you all for watching with us, all right? Anything else you guys want to say before I end this off, guys?
No, just again, guys, comment what did you guys think of the episode? If you read the books, what you guys think of the changes? If you didn't, did you guys enjoy it? Like, for me, it was a perfect experience. Just as Nahid said, there was moments here and there, but overall, great story, great dynamics, great pacing. The soundtrack, damn. I mean,
soundtrack is today's place. Ramen Dwajde killed it. Kelly?
Yeah.
If for whatever reason I don't live long enough to see the next one, dedicate it to me.
That's happening. We're pouring out for our board, but we hope that won't happen. But thank you all again. Remember, like I always leave these reactions saying, please take care of yourself first and take care of your families. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.